It takes my whole body to turn through a gate, starting at my feet, through my core, to my arms. If I hit a gate, I can't think about it. The race isn't over until that line is crossed. It's my instinct to take risks. I'm always striving for that perfect run. I'll always chase that feeling.
And how brilliantly does she do it? Olympic bronze medalist Jessica Fox joins us right here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Interesting that we saw on there, you talked about the touching the gate and the 2-second penalty, which of course is what went down in Rio. You obviously went through a range of emotions there. There was the despair, was there anger? Where are you at now?
I guess I've had a bit of time to digest the Rio experience. I definitely felt mixed emotions that day. I crossed the line, went into first place and, you know, was just really excited and happy. There we can see the 2-second penalty, and maybe 1 or 2 minutes after I crossed the line, I saw an asterisk come up, which is the little star that shows that the run is under video review. And I've had that star this season before, and it's come up with a 50-second penalty when I thought I won the race. I've been relegated to 10th place, so I had this, you know, I had this feeling in I thought I was going to be sick. And so I was thinking, you know, please not at the Olympics, not a 50-second penalty. So when I saw the touch come up, it was, you know what, that's okay. I do have the touch, I'll accept it. I went into second place. I was happy for my friend Luca Jones from New Zealand. She won the silver. And, yeah, third place, a second Olympic medal. It's something I'm really proud of.
It's amazing to have both of those with, obviously, gold coming from Tokyo. So, so the full set, on its way.
That would be the perfect scenario. That would be the dream. I'm definitely excited about the next 4 years. I'm hungry. I actually was a bit frustrated with my racing in Rio and wanted to race again, so I went and raced the last 2 World Cup races because
you hadn't planned to do that originally,
No, I'd planned to come home, have a break, be a normal 22-year-old, but I felt that I didn't give everything I had on that day in Rio because it was really windy and I felt like I had to hold back a little bit just to make sure I didn't hit any gates, which in the end I did. But I did enough to secure the bronze medal, but I just felt like I needed to get out there and race freely, and that's what I did at the World Cup, so I was happy.
There's a few dings in your gold, your bronze medal that you got here. You didn't go out with Ryan Lochte afterwards. Was that from partying? Did you just knock it a couple of times?
No, I didn't take it out partying because I didn't... I mean, I've heard some terrible stories, like the guy who didn't have money, so he paid his taxi driver with his Olympic gold medal.
But he was the
giant.
Hey, Jess, can I ask, I saw you in London, you were great, obviously, Rio, you were great, but I'm a child of the 80s and I've never seen you do this. I think this is your next challenge. I think we've got it here.
Yes, there we go.
And, this is a solo man ads. I've never seen you.
What? I've never seen this.
Go down a cliff face in a jungle. Could have done this in Rio, into the water.
Wow.
Yeah,
so if you see that we're talking, we would
knock that back.
You know what?
We would love to see you become the solo woman.
Yeah.
That could be the next Red Bull commercial. I'll have to talk to them about going down the forest, jumping up waterfalls.
Absolutely. And you've done a Kuznetsova, you were telling us earlier, with the plait in your face, is that right?
Yeah, I can definitely empathise. My hair's getting a bit long, I need to cut it, but I've flicked, you know, you're moving your body a lot and you've got to look to the next gate, and I flicked it around and definitely hit myself in the eye before, so I don't know if I'd stop and give it a trim, but I can definitely, I'd need a haircut soon.
Jess, you have some quirky moments, I guess, on the circuit, but was it true that because your mum, of course, and your dad were decorated kayakers, that you raced someone who was racing against your mum at some stage, you know, and that she's lasted the generation?
Yeah, Stepanka Hilgertova. She's the Olympic champion in Sydney 2000 and 1996. She raced against my mum and she's still going. Her niece is now racing against my sister. So she's, you know, 48 now, I think, and she's still top 3.
A blanket and a thermos in there. Does a crossword as you...
I'd definitely be very happy to look like she does at 48, to be as fit as she is. She's a legend of the sport.
As are your parents. Must be amazing because I think you and your dad have both won events, the same event, and I think we have a photograph here. That whole family connection, clearly so crucial for you.
Yeah, so I guess 2014 was probably a really special year because both my parents won the World Championships in America. In 19... When was
this
it?
Is 2014
yeah,
right
this
now.
is 2014, and throughout the whole week, everyone was like, "Oh, you know, could she do it? Could she win the World Championships where her parents won it 25 years before?" And I managed to do that, so it was really special to share that with them.
Can I ask you about, bit left field, but the Fancy Bears, the Russian hackers who have hacked you and released your WADA details to the world? You're not the only elite athlete right around the world that's been a victim of this. How did that make you feel?
I was a bit, I guess, flustered by it all. It was a bit strange, but at the same time, I thought, oh, this is kind of weird. Why would they want to hack me? And I have nothing to hide. It's a TUE, which is a therapeutic use exemption, which allows me to, in the case of an emergency, administer an EpiPen if I have a severe allergic reaction. And that all came from a training camp in Rio. It was a bit of a nightmare training camp where everything just went wrong that week. And at a training session, I got out to do some stretches on the grass, and I noticed there were these little ants. And when you live in Australia, you see something small and you think, you know, we've got snakes, we've got spiders, crocodiles, whatever. Anyway, these ants bit me on my leg, on my foot, and within 5 minutes I'd swelled up. I was like rash everywhere. I almost had to go to hospital. So I guess that was a good lesson. You know, you wouldn't want that to happen between your semi and final. Do
you still keep in touch with Prince William? Obviously.
Yeah, I messaged him.
Yeah, well, there you are. I think that was in London. Another